are live on the Twitches. I say that differently every single time. But anyway, we are live with
You'd think she does it. You'd think she does it on purpose.
Probably. But yeah, we are live on the Twitches, and we are streaming some Caffeinated Arcade, specifically Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition in our homebrew world of Alainn. So we're excited to be back. We took a little bit of a break last week, but we are here now and looking forward to continuing exploring the swamp that the party find themselves in. But not last week, but the week before, the party essentially agreed to help a village in the treetops called Chamnora. And they told the village leader, Cleo Locke, that they would investigate some strange happenings that were going on involving an obsidian relic. And they've already found one relic before, so they're pretty confident in what's going on with this one. But they went out of Chamnora and decided to consult Sunivi's tribe at the Misty Lake because they figured they might have more information, given some of the lizard folk have changed sides. So they're trying to get more insight into that. But along the way, this part cracks me up, you guys tried to cross a river, and what would have been pretty uneventful turned into a scuffle, or a battle per se, when Glucose, while flying with Tom, decided to throw a rock at a water elemental in the distance. And battle ensued. It went pretty well for the party.
This is what happens when Sunivi sleeps through the walking through the swamp part.
Yeah, Sunivi was taking an apple walking.
You guys immediately going to get yourself flushed down the toilet by water elementals.
Yep.
Hey, I got flushed down by the toilet of the water element. Well, no, actually Derek did too. It was a double flusher.
And this is why I can't keep my eyes off you soft skins for one moment.
So, yeah, Glucose almost got flushed. And if I'm remembering correctly, everyone's kind of low on hit points in general, as actually...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you took the dodge action the whole time. So, essentially,
healthy and hung as a horse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're just... This is actually right now where we're picking up is right after this battle, as you've taken everything that just happened, and you're standing next to the Chamnora River, on the opposite side of what you want to be.
Well, I guess I'm a little bit wet behind the ears, eh?
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's water, you know?
Wet cheese is gross.
Oh, right. You soft skins have ears. I forgot that.
As long as you didn't cream your cheese.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah, a little bit soggy, but I still have snackies.
But yeah, what have we learned? Don't go picking fights with water elementals.
Now call this mozzarella.
Moisturella? Ooh.
But yes, water elementals, well, that sated my curiosity. I will not do that again. I'm so sorry very much.
Why did we think that was a good idea?
I was confused.
Can we make an agreement? Next time you're confused, just ask one of us.
Duly noted. I'll even put that in my notes here.
Out of curiosity, how often do you read those notes?
Not often, no. That's more like a journal, in case I die.
Right.
We have to keep some history alive. And the man won't do it.
I mean, what's wrong with good old-fashioned word of mouth?
Yeah, the word of mouth, well...
Tom's a bard. Do you really trust the bards to tell the truth?
Hmm.
You do raise a valid
Embellishing it would
point.
make it exciting.
That's a
And
good
I
point.
won't-
That's a good point. Tom, go ahead and tell the story of how glucose almost got flushed down the toilet by a water elemental.
And I'd like to say it's a struggle against the tides of life. It's very symbolic.
I want to start by saying I'm not a bard.
Oh, my apologies.
However,
I was
Uh,
easily confused because you seem to want to seduce everything.
that's not only a glowing generalization about me that I appreciate, but also one about bards, which they might not.
Poor bards.
I am all rogue all day, baby. I sneak into those DMs.
Right.
Wait, you're not a bard,
I am actually not a bard.
but your father is one.
It turns out, well, I didn't know that until like 2 days ago.
So you're technically half bard.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know that class, sticks to DNA. It does explain, like his being Dragonborn does explain some of my more iconic affiliations.
Well,
Have you
But he's
considered like,
Dragonborn and I'm Tiefling, so it's like, not everything is going straight down in the gene pool.
I love
Have
how
you
this guy
considered-
has just become your dad.
pretty
This
much.
is Nero. I think I have his last name here too. Nero.
Have you
I don't have his
considered a
last name.
career?
Nero is my dad.
Have you considered a career shift?
A career shift. I like being a rogue. I think.
But
But
bards are
I-
part rogue.
You gotta keep the family traditions alive.
But I didn't
I mean,
know I had a family until 2 days ago.
I
Well,
will
it's
teach you
true.
how
He
to
didn't have a
sing.
family until 2 days ago.
and now's the time to remedy that.
I will
I'm
teach you how to sing.
Really hoping that somewhere teach me how to sing, teach me how to summon things and keep breathing fire. That was very fun last time. I do have some performative qualities. I did twerk very well last time, if you
I
recall
slapped
correctly.
it, yes.
Yes.
You
I took
did,
it to the
as
floor and
they
I got
say,
real low.
made it drop.
I dropped
in
it
the
like it was
pot.
hot.
Yeah.
Can you play any instruments?
I have no proficiency in any particular instrument. Although I am sure I am good with
I've heard he's
Wind
good with the
instruments.
organ.
yes.
The skin flute.
Fear not. I shall teach you the hand drum.
And drum. Yeah.
Yes.
And I will teach you how to sing.
But it's you got
Also, out of character, I don't think Tom needs any practice with the hand flute. I think he's got with the flesh flute. I think he's got plenty.
I think he knows that one already. Hmm.
for me it's the wings.
I mean, call it what you want.
No, what else would you call it?
I mean, I think I also have tail. Do tail stuff.
Look, what you do in the bedroom is between you and yourself.
So
That's why I didn't want to be part of the body pile.
you guys are pretty hurt after that battle.
Some of us are. That's a good
You mean
point.
the 2 weeks we were off doesn't count as a short rest?
Unfortunately,
We're gonna
not.
get a long rest.
So
Actually,
this whole time,
speak-
Glucose is just bleeding from his nose because he took, I think,
Yeah,
the most
speaking of-
damage.
Everybody who's hurt, fellows, gather around. Let me see if I can do something about those bleeding and bruising and whatnot.
Ooh, are you gonna
So,
lick it?
No, but I might be able to offer up a prayer to Fasak to hopefully catch you guys up a little bit.
Oh,
out
you're
of character.
religious.
Out of character, I'm gonna use prayer feeling.
I was gonna say I can do some healing too if we need it, but yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
get comfortable. This is only gonna take a moment. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes, by the way. So if anyone wants to do anything in those 10 minutes, be my guest.
I'm gonna go back to twerking.
That's actually quite decent. That's 13 hit points
Nice, that's
for
pretty good.
everybody around.
Oh, that's lovely.
So,
So, how often do you pray per day?
Oh, I don't really pray per se. Like this is more of a well, in this one we don't really pray to a god as much as we like to say. We carry out rituals and special. Oh, what's the term for you soft skins? Out of character, I'm actually
Actually,
struggling to think of the proper word.
you'll be surprised how leathery my skin is.
Uh, ceremonies, that's the word. Rituals and ceremonies. Like prayer is more of like a thing you do by yourself when you're alone. No?
Ceremonies that you do yourself when you're alone.
No, like that's prayer. Like we do ceremonies and rituals, but prayer that's between you and the gods.
Ah, I see. You reap the benefits.
I suppose I do. Also,
It's the same thing here too.
It's
I
a
love how we all have different magic.
indeed. Also,
Oh,
it
I
does.
think we didn't do it intentionally, but we do, and it's awesome.
Also, it does. Anyone need more healing? Because
I
I
do
actually
need a
don't.
little bit more, and I do actually. And I was like, yeah, I was looking to see what my spells were at and how much more trouble do we think we're going to get into. As in, should I save or should I do it now?
You could roll a hit dice for a short rest if we spend an hour. Like
Uh,
you as a barbarian have a D12 you could roll
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which,
if
can
you
I
want.
roll mine?
I mean, you have what, a D8, maybe a D6.
D6.
Yeah.
solid. The other
I mean,
thing
if
you
it,
would know as well that you have about one more day ahead of you too. So, and it's about mid-afternoon
Yeah.
right now.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely take another hit dice because I'm down a fair bit still. 11. That's
Oh yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So that puts me 30. Okay, yeah. That now I'm back up to full.
sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
So that only takes an hour if you're only spending one hit dice, I think.
Yeah.
Out of just for quick out of character, I'm pretty sure like when you just take a short rest, you can just use as many dice as you want, can't you?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you can use as
Makes
many.
sense. I can't wait till level 12. Just spend 12
Short rest.
D12.
Whew, I feel better now.
Let me just put my feet up for a second. Oh, cool, I'm fine. My wounds are closed. Okay. So, yeah, your short rest goes off without any issues. And I assume that you just stopped to rest, like, right next to the river that you battled at.
Ironically, we're still on the wrong side of the river.
Yeah.
We didn't bother to cross the river while we were
mean, I
like.
like-
In the attempt to cross the river, Glucose threw a rock at a water elemental, so we had to come back to do all this battling.
True. That's true.
You know,
So
if I could
I
take-
will volunteer again to carry each of you one at a time across the river, but I'm gonna wait for Glucose to go last.
Yeah, no
Right.
more elementals. You upset another elemental, it's all on you. We'll let you eat them. Oh, we'll let them eat you. Or
Wait,
drown you, or whatever.
I like the first option better.
Hey,
I'd rather eat.
you
than
do
be-
you.
I'm just gonna be chilling in the river while you guys discuss this.
All right, I'll take my faults. I'll go last. But don't leave me here. I'm small and vulnerable.
Okay. So
Water spring,
you're
so-
chauffeuring everyone across the river one by one?
One by one, nothing too fancy, just pick up and go.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I mean, I'll just cross the river. I mean,
Swim.
this is sort of my natural element, so
You do have a swim speed.
I do, and I can hold my breath for like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah. So
It's quite impressive.
without issue, Sunevi, you take a nice swim after watching your comrades fall in battle almost, and then Tom, you basically just chauffeur everyone one by one. So first Ryland, and then Glucose, and Derek somewhere in there.
He's very heavy with the armor. I might have to leave him behind.
Make an athletics check for carrying the heavy dwarf.
Sure, why not?
It's very low.
What was my ethics?
I promise I won't stab you while you carry me across the river.
I'm more concerned about the swarm.
You
Don't
make
worry.
it, no problem.
My mushrooms will just not make you feel a little bit dizzy, but that's all. Extra
Okay.
happy.
Yeah, no worries.
So, yeah, he's a lot heavier than the rest of the party, but you get across with no issues.
Okay.
Boy, aren't you forgetting about someone here? Bloody wankers.
Should I be carrying Booker too?
Probably.
I will
Okay.
leave that up to you guys. Narratively, I think we talked about this outside game, but maybe just until they can return, leaving him in Mead Haven with all the booze.
He got drunk and slept in Mead Haven, did he?
Yeah, probably.
And then we could
no.
always retcon if not, but... Okay. So, the rest of the day, after facing the water elemental, goes pretty smoothly. You get across the river, and you continue traveling south, Obi southeast. So, and Sunevi, you would be able to point out to the party the general direction, leaning more towards the peninsula that is the side of Brista. So, eventually, the further you travel, the more salt in the air you can smell, because you're getting pretty close to actual water and not river water. Wait, they're both water, but you know what I mean. But yeah,
Like drinking water.
would you guys make a camp somewhere before the second day's travel, or would you travel through the night?
Travel through the night.
No,
Not everybody has night vision, so I
also
think
say
we
like
probably should make a camp
also
where
say,
it's
as a native,
still solid.
yeah, as a native of these parts, the swarm is dangerous at night. So you guys definitely want to camp up.
Yeah.
Besides, it gives you time to what's the term? Pretty yourselves up a little. You need to look presentable.
No, I didn't carry any extra change on me.
Are you saying I'm not pretty?
That's not what I'm saying at all. You are very beautiful, but you do need to look the part.
What is the part?
Just, maybe not have cheese stains in your beard and
First of all,
such.
they're mushrooms.
I
And I don't
suppose
have a
mus-
second thing to say.
I suppose mushrooms are fine.
Everybody loves mushrooms. You can get high off it.
Indeed.
And you can eat it too. I think I look just fine as a sophisticated wizard like myself.
Well, I suppose you did just have a wash in the river, so that'll probably do.
We need to wash off some of the blood and things that we have on.
That's
And
probably
maybe
that's probably a good idea, actually. Yeah.
and just
Thank-
run a brush through the hair and things like that.
Thankfully, my bruises are not plenty, and damages is only mental.
Oh, well, we can't help the mental damage.
No,
Indeed.
no, you cannot.
Indeed.
So, can one of you give me a survival check to find dry enough ground for your campsite?
Question. Would I get advantage since this is technically my home?
Yes, I will give you advantage, especially since there's several of you and it is your home.
Great. Barely helps.
Hey, a 14 is still above average. So yeah, you it takes a second, especially how close you guys were to the river, but eventually you do find some dry ground next to some kind of like mossy trees, and they provide a little bit of coverage.
Nice. So, fellows, before we go in, there's a few things we might want to discuss, just so you don't make too much of a scene.
I like making
Okay.
a scene, but I'll listen to good advice.
Indeed. Tom, you just whatever you think is a good idea to do, don't do it. Essentially. That should cover
Are
it.
are you censoring me? This group is called the Fannies. If anything, I should be at the forefront of introductions and expositions and any other shins.
I'm aware, but it might be a bit much for my tribe mates to handle.
Perhaps, being that this is Sinevi's tribe, maybe Sinevi should lead the way and, like, be our spokesperson for this particular event.
I have no problem relinquishing the reins of fronthood, but I will not mute myself.
I'm not asking you to mute yourself, but like, if you get the idea of like proposing any kind of inappropriate ordeals, save it for like a private occasion, perhaps.
Everything I do is a private occasion.
Well, as long as you keep it private. Oh, and don't mention the fact that you may have been possessed by an evil amulet at one point.
Only happened once. It only
I
happened.
know, but
once.
like, just don't mention it.
Okay,
That
I won't
also
mention it.
that also applies to you, Ryland. Maybe not mention the whole split personality thing. I'll need to discuss that with somebody, with a specific person first.
No problem. I usually try not to bring that up.
Yes, so just keep doing that. Actually, that'll be fine, and I'll try and see if I can sort something out.
Okay.
And Glucose, you just be you.
Yes, I'm very quite good at that.
Yes, maybe show them your cheese. They'll probably like that.
Oh, yes, I'll make some extra tomorrow.
Excellent.
We are sleeping here, yes.
Yes, we are.
That-
Also, I'm still waiting on that arm cheese.
In that case, well, like I said, I could make gelatin.
Is that cheese?
It's not quite cheese, but it jiggles.
Cheese
Allow
doesn't
it.
jiggle.
Sometimes
Allow
cheese
it.
jiggles. Like cheese can jiggle.
This is acceptable. Make the gelatin.
So you want arm jelly?
Yes.
Okay, you can turn that into a broth later. Where is the arm?
And I just fetch the arm from like the backpack and hand it to you.
Okay,
Here you go.
I need to cut this into pieces, and we need a cauldron. Does anybody have a cauldron?
You get like 3 handed to you.
No. Perfect. And then, like, do we have a campfire made already?
We have everything we would need to make a campfire.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
If this is a dry spot, then there have to be dry branches
have
and twigs.
We'd have enough to make a campfire for sure.
Well, let's Let's start setting fire, set up these cauldrons, and you're helping, by the way. This is a joint effort. Making gelatin is not easy, especially with these recipes.
This is acceptable. I will provide what assistance I can.
Perfect. So, fire. We need fire. And I have firebolt.
Yeah, you can cast that at an object. I have it too.
No. Do you want to cross streams?
Sure. We're both gonna cast firebolt at the base of a cauldron.
Yes. Perfect. Is there wood?
I hope so. I'm rolling.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy enough. You guys cross streams.
Oh dear.
Yeah, even with the 14, it's wood.
He crit the wood on another roll. In another universe, he crit it.
If my chrono shift worked that way, I could have. In this universe.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh gosh, we're not
now-
firebolting that.
Now we need water to get all the flavor of the bones out.
Why would you want the flavor of the bones out?
The bones are the best part of any meat.
Oh, you mean to extract the flavors? Oh, I see.
Yes, perfect for broth and gelatin. You could turn the gelatin into soup if you want. Just put it in your cup with some hot water or heat it up, and
I
it's
mean, I hope
great.
you're not... What about the meat? Like, I'm gonna use that.
Yes, definitely. The meat adds flavor, you see. And if you want some chunks in it too, it's like a treat.
Excellent. Excellent. We want chunks.
I have to say, this is the most inhumane thing I've ever done, but it's exciting.
What's inhumane about it? We're just making sure that nothing goes to waste.
Well, I'm pretty sure this belonged to a person before.
And that person is now long gone, and we're making sure the sacrifice wasn't in vain.
So
Don't worry, she's
yeah,
not
it was
using it anymore.
This would
Just
be
to
the
be
longest
clear-
con if it turned out to be a zombie.
Just to be clear, it took you guys about a week to get to Chamnora. And then, plus an additional, well, this will be your second day. The meat you are referring to is about 9 days old. Have you been
It's been
making an effort to preserve it?
This might be my memory failing me, but I believe we had like some kind of...
It was in the bag of holding, which isn't that supposed to be like airtight or something?
I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no
it
oxygen in there.
It wasn't Derek's bag or whatever.
Right,
But I
Derek?
actually-
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I'll be the first to admit I actually don't remember.
Sinevi,
Yeah, we portioned him out.
roll
And I remember you guys
me.
mentioning it.
We'll leave it up to chance.
Oh god.
Roll me a D100. The higher the roll, the more fresh you've kept the meat.
Yeah.
Okay, not
yes.
bad. It's
Not bad. That's pretty good.
That's that filet mignon, Iraxium.
oh my god. You have
Should we say
been
it?
very focused on making sure this meat stays pretty fresh.
He treats his meat well.
It's not...
And that's also
Indeed I
because
do.
the rest of us still promised that we would try some, and we don't want to eat rotten meat.
Exactly, so I've been taking extra care.
Well, it's never too late for cannibalism, so
It's
Let's do
only
it.
cannibalism for
Ryland and Booker.
for Booker. Ryland too?
Yeah,
Leave her-
I'm human, I think.
I'm human, I think.
Are you
Well, I was
sure?
raised in the woods, so I'm not sure anymore.
I would like,
yeah,
I
I'm
would like to do a medicine
also-
check.
know that I speak like
Yeah.
language and stuff,
23.
so
23
I
is
think I'm
Ryland the human.
human. I'm not 100% sure.
Gosh.
She
Yeah, no,
smells
I'm
like a
human.
human.
I'll have to do further tests. Does she taste like a human?
She does taste like a human.
I look at you and go, I will stab you again. I look at him and go, I will stab you again.
Not if he stabs you first.
No, that was weird.
You guys kill
That
me.
kind of stuff is for the prologue.
Alrighty.
He does keep calling us soft skin. What? Yeah, what?
I also love the fact that in game time you've been traveling together for over like probably 2 weeks and you don't know the species of one of your party members. A human at that.
In Suniva's defense, there are soft skins and not soft skins.
That's true. I'll give you that.
So I have my excuses, at least.
So, would you guys take watches throughout the night? And if so, how would you divvy them up?
I'd like to specifically stay watch with Sunivi.
Okay, cool.
Works for me.
Glucose and
I don't need very much rest, so I could do half the night and you guys could do the other half.
I do need to get some sleep because I do need to get spells. So, and I want mine a druid, not magic user, but I do need a good chunk of sleep still.
Yeah,
Fair.
I think it's 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'll stay up and do first watch, so I can get a solid chunk of sleep.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll do Rylan first, Glucose and Sunevi second, and then Tom for the last watch.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. Rylan, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh, goody. Where's my perception gone? It keeps running away on me.
Did you see it go?
No, clearly. That's why I can't find it.
Okay.
Not bad.
Very
21.
nice. So,
Is anything moving out there? I did see it, though.
yeah, that's a good roll. It's interesting because it takes you a second, and not very long at all, just to get used to the sounds of the swamp, versus where you were raised, and also where you traversed with your tribe, just because it was a little further north. But you quickly adjust, being partially a druid and partially a barbarian, and you take in all the sounds around you, birds chirping, some frogs croaking in the distance, and it's a lot noisier. And it's really humid. But
Yeah.
other than that, is there anything you would do while you're on watch?
Like I said, I probably just listen for the animals and stuff. I might start to prepare to do like the find animal familiar,
Yeah, for sure.
but because I'm not quite ready to do that yet, and I don't know if I want to get one from a swampy area or one from like my normal area. So like just sort of like listen and see if like which animals I can feel and which animals feel right
Mm-hmm.
to me, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, depending on what like Ryland would connect to, a lot
Bear.
of bear. The animals you hear around here are just a little more amphibious in nature.
Hmm.
Lizard bear.
A lizard bear. Ooh, now there's something a little exotic.
Motor dragon.
Ooh, dragon.
God.
You summon God as a familiar.
Just straight up God.
Oh,
God, I
yes.
choose you.
That's amazing. Is there anything else
Does
you would
that mean
do?
I would be more? Does that mean I'd be more powerful than God if I summoned God as my familiar? Because then technically God would be my pet.
But the moment you release him, he's gonna fuck you up.
True, true, true.
But also say on
Also,
one hand, but
well, I was gonna say the druid find familiar is like an hour long, and not the same thing as the wizard one.
You get the power of God
Well,
for 1 hour. And anime.
yeah, well, like I said, that's why I'm just sort of like, I'm not ready to like actually cast it and make it like a permanent thing. I'm just sort of like listening and like getting a feel for like the animals out here and things like that.
Yeah.
well, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So go ahead, summon him.
So I haven't like decided to find my familiar and make him and to get one to stick yet, because
Yeah.
I know once you do, then you kind of like have a familiar for like forever familiar, and I'm not quite ready to do that yet. I
Yeah.
mean, because yeah,
Yeah, I get
I don't
that.
want to end up in a with a frog and then end up in the icy regions all the time, because that's not fair to my poor little frog.
Fine. If it doesn't work out, just hand him into a local shelter and try again.
I
Just
don't think that's
abandon
how
them.
I don't think that's how find familiar work, and I don't want to like summon one and end up with a fish, and then like because I don't know how to cast a bubble of water around my fishy to keep him with me. And same problem, I don't want to end up like getting a frozen area and having my fish freeze, right? Alternatively, I don't want to end up in the north and get something that's like got like all the fur from up north and being like down in the tropics all the time. Not fair, not right.
Yeah.
My, you overthink things.
Well, we're
Glucose
asleep.
just says from his sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'm overthinking things just a little too much. But although it would be very cute to make like a little jacket and like little booties for a spider and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, 8 booties.
Oh,
wouldn't that be cute? 8 little matching booties and a little
Yeah.
jacket over a spider, and a little cap and a tiny little scarf. Um,
That was amazing.
so yeah, we'll have to see what I come up with. But yeah, just sort of like
Yeah,
getting a feel for which animals like me and which animals don't like me.
for sure. And you spend the rest of your watch just trying to connect with nature.
Yeah, the very druidy thing to do.
Yeah. And even though it's not your terrain, you do feel a sense of peace, especially. Just how it's noisy, but relatively calm during your watch.
Hmm.
So then you would tap Glucose and Sunivi once you're done with yours. How do you wake
Okay.
them up?
I won't get I won't get close enough to Sneevy's mouth for him to bite me, but I'll sort of like I'll nudge glucose first, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Is it time?
Blue cheese.
No, hey, I'm groggy. Yeah. What happened?
It's time for your watch. Up and at 'em.
No. Yes. Yes.
Besides, you need to check on the arm cheese that you're making.
It's not cheese. It's gelatin.
Okay, well, you need to check on the gelatin
No,
before
the
somebody
longer
puts like berries or something in it.
berries. That's ridiculous. You can't make gelatin with meat and berries.
Sure, you can. You flavor it with the berries. Anyway,
No, that's a foreign concept. I don't like it.
why would I want berries in my meat cheese?
yes. Here, I'll wake up Sneezy. Sneezy, somebody's putting veggies in your cheese.
So he
Gelatin.
jumps Sunny jumps up and rushes towards the cauldron.
And actually,
Oh,
this is
I'm
a pretty
sorry. It's
good
time for
time.
your watch.
Oh, you could just have said that. I think I might have sprained a few joints doing that.
Okay. So for Glucose and Sunivi, one of you can roll with advantage, or you can both roll separate.
I'll help him roll with advantage.
Cool.
Yep, works for me. Fail me.
Nice.
Great. Thanks for the advantage, because
nice.
otherwise that was a net one.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good. So, you are very at home here. You're getting closer and closer to your village, and there's a lot of excitement. And even though it's not under the best circumstances and there's a lot going on in the world, you do get a taste of home through all of this.
Emphasis on taste.
To me, or?
Do you say that out loud?
Probably.
Nice.
No, taste. Oh yeah, we should probably add the other herbs to this.
Herbs.
Yes, to make the meat fresh, you see, or taste better.
What sort of herbs would that be?
Well, I have some mushrooms here. Good for making the water more gelatin-like. It has a mystical properties, you see. I invented it myself.
Mm.
I call it
Let me-
mushrooms.
Let me have one of those.
Are you going to eat it?
Yes, I need to taste test this. If I'm
It'll
gonna
make your
offer it up,
saliva gelatin, and then
That's
your
a sacrif-
stomach gelatin,
that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make.
and then your blood gelatin.
Again, sounds unpleasant, but that's a sacrifice I must make. If I'm gonna offer this up to my tribesmates, I need to make sure it's proper.
All right, let me just get a bowl to carry your jelly body. Once you take that, here.
Then I give him a piece of psilocybin mushroom. Or whatever it's called.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a nature check just in case.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
that's not great. That's only a 9. That's only a 9.
So,
Am I
Glucose,
asleep yet? Am I asleep yet? Do
You
I
would
notice
be
this?
asleep.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So, Glucose, what is this mushroom exactly?
Drugs.
Solid. Okay. I figured, but I
So
wanted
it's,
to check.
I
It's
approve.
what's it called? The hallucination ones.
Yeah. Some good old fashioned shrooms.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. So, Sunivi, it looks safe enough.
Bun us up, and I'm just gonna.
No, wait, I think I gave you the wrong shroom.
Too late. Hop.
Oh dear.
Sunivi, go ahead and make a con save for me.
I'm gonna
Oh,
look
God.
at my wrist in my imaginative watch to see how long it takes
Ooh,
for him to
that's
freak
an
out.
11.
So on 11, it takes a second for it to go down and start to affect your bloodstream per se, but eventually, you love the swamp, but now it's like bright rainbow colors, and you see Glucose. His nose is like growing, almost like a Pinocchio nose.
I'm not lying.
That would make quite the kebab.
What? Why are you looking at me like this?
And it is Suniri just slowly retrieves a dagger from his pouch.
Hey, now, let's not get hasty here.
Oh, don't worry about it. At the rate that's growing, it'll be right back by the time I'm done.
Put the dagger down. Nothing's growing out of me, and I'm not a plant.
And then I start putting the fireplace between me and him. And like
Yeah,
anytime he gets
absolutely.
closer, I would Every time he gets closer, I just like go around it a little bit more.
Yeah, so
Yep, and I'm just gonna sort of like circle around in the same direction he's going.
yeah, Sunivi gives me athletics, and then Glucose, since you're trying to get out of the way, I'll let you pick between athletics and acrobatics.
Oh, that's only an 8. The drugs are taking a toll on me.
I'll take acrobatics.
Okay. Oh!
Wow, I can get worse.
So, Sunivi, you win somehow. What do you do?
Can I use Chrono Shift on his check? So you have to re-roll it again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use one for that. Please don't get higher. God damn it! I made the bet. I just didn't win.
I catch you even faster.
So you catch Glucose.
Yes. That's sort of-
Unhand me!
And I sort of just like grab his nose, just like
No,
Right,
no,
we-
that's my nose.
try to sort of wriggle it off, even though that's obviously not gonna work. It's the nose.
And you notice your hand as well. As you reach forward to grab his nose, the claws like extend and almost like turn into feathers and then like go back.
I might need to cut my nails soon. This is getting out of hands. Give me that. I'm gonna make kebab out of your nose, whether you want to or not.
No, no, dear. Then I pull out my spell book.
Oh!
And I am going to. So you're grabbing me, right?
Well, your nose.
My nose. You're grabbing my nose.
I like, trying to hold you in place while I'm doing so, but yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna like go like and then I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind as I sneeze.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh.
and your save's a 15.
So what's no? That is a
Let's just check.
strength saving throw. Well, fingers crossed. That's an 18.
I'm gonna use the Chrono Shift on him.
Sunivi's an unstoppable
Actually, no.
drug addict.
I'll take it.
So Chrono Shift again. Oh,
No. I'll not use Chrono Shift. I'm gonna use that for situations where we might need it.
So, real quick, let's just roll an initiative between you two.
oh God.
And Rylan and Tom, I'll have you roll Constitution saves
Aw,
to see if
only
this
12.
wakes you up or not.
Only a 12.
Okay.
Oh, at least you get first initiative.
Yeah.
So, the good thing is low rolls are actually good in this instance, because it would wake you up.
How did you roll a 9 twice?
Actually, wait, no. Did I get that backwards?
That's impressive.
That would be...
It is.
It is pretty impressive.
3 times 9s also.
I know, that's 3 9s in a row. So, how would that work? With Constitution, it would be you. Actually, that would mean you don't wake up.
I had
So-
assumed it would be like passive perception or something.
Yeah, that's a little better, actually. Let's go with that. So, what are your passives?
11.
Okay. Rylan, what's yours?
Alright.
Amber, I believe you're muted.
I can look too.
Sorry about that.
You're all good.
Oh, good.
It looks like your passive's a 14.
Okay.
Cool. So, we'll say for these purposes, Tom, you're fast asleep still. Rylan, you do hear this going on.
What are what are you guys doing over there?
Help! Help! He's got my nose.
Soon may Pinocchio come to bring me gelatin, cheese, and nose.
Can
Give it to me.
He's going
Can I-
crazy.
Arc Lord Justera.
do I have to do like an intelligence check to realize he's tripping on shrooms?
Yeah, go for it. Or insight. I'll give you the choice.
There's my insight. Okay.
You have no idea.
I have no idea why he's trying to eat your nose. Other than he's Sinevi and he wants to eat human.
Yeah. Glucose, you get the first move, though, with your initiative roll.
All right, I'd like to break out. Which one do I use?
We'll give you acrobatics or athletics again.
All right.
In my defense, it's not my fault that glucose is snack-sized.
The perfect size for a kebab.
Well, it is his fault. He gave you shrooms, so it's his own fault.
On accident. On accident. I have plenty of.
Do I
shrooms
need
in-
to roll athletics or?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's. Wait, hey, you find a break free. Sweet.
Hey, Glucose, you're free.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go and hide behind the cauldron again.
Okay, give me a
Nice,
stealth
yeah.
check. Nice.
I just disappear behind the cauldron.
Awesome. Sunimi, it is your turn.
He vanishes behind the cauldron.
It's like the perfect shape.
Well, I guess I will do a perception check to see if I can find
Indeed.
the hiding snack. Oh, almost. That was almost a 20, but only a 13.
You have no idea where he is. And it doesn't help that the cauldron looks like it has legs and it's like walking towards you right now.
Okay, so as this happens, I will sort of like back off and I do believe I have a sling. Yes, I do. Fetch my sling and just like sling a rock at the cauldron.
Give me an attack roll. I'll say with disadvantage since it's not actually moving like you think it is.
That's an 8, so I miss.
I'd like to say I like pop out for a second and blow some cold wind on it.
Yeah, that's perfect. So
You'll ruin the soup.
And I'm just watching this going, what is going on?
you just see Sunimi flinging rocks at the cauldron.
So I'm
demon.
trying to like hold, Glucose by the nose, and now I see him flinging rocks at the cauldron, and Glucose hiding behind the cauldron, and I'm like, what is I'm obviously still half asleep because none of this is making sense to me.
Is it getting worse? Am I gonna wake up?
We'll say on this
Well,
one,
he did
yeah, because he did.
He
just
did try to clang a
fling
rock off the cauldron, so I'm like, yeah.
So all of
Mel?
you are now
Mel?
awake.
Is that you, Mel?
Get
Where are you,
back,
Mel?
ye foul demon.
What is going on?
Quickly, tell him something about druids. Something
Is it
to
a water
distract
elemental?
him.
Sunimi, when Tom gets up, it looks like a bunch of like fire is surrounding him with his like tiefling horns, and he's like boo ha 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 ha.
So he looks somewhere between a tiefling and a well, he looks more devilish than normal.
Yeah.
Devilishly handsome. And yes, I did wake up like this.
Well, this is very true. I'm afraid Sunniva does not roll that way.
This does not matter. You're tripping balls. You might roll this way.
That is very
Wait, now
true.
you're tripping balls. You might roll.
I
like
can
it,
be
it's a
very
double.
persuasive.
Oh my gosh.
You might suddenly find wings. You might find you might find softskins very attractive right now. Who knows? You're tripping balls.
Tripping them balls.
I mean, you're assuming that Sunniva didn't find softskins attractive in general. I'm just talking about
That's true. That's true. That's
Tom
true.
in general.
All right, somebody's gonna have to cast disguise self. I feel a challenge coming on.
Oh my gosh. So,
God,
Sunevi,
no.
can you give me a wisdom saving throw to realize that you're having hallucinations?
Nope. That's a 7.
You have no idea that these are hallucinations. They are absolutely real to you.
Of course they are. They are real.
And the flames keep getting bigger, the cauldron keeps walking towards you, and we'll say on that low of a roll that you're just kind of like holding yourself in like a fetal position in front of the trees.
I'm gonna go try to shake him. I'm walking towards Sunevi.
Okay.
Why is it-
The devil
Why is
is
this happening?
heading towards
Why
you,
is this
Sunevi.
Get back, you foul demon.
No, I am Bosik in disguise to bring you back to the light, young Sunevi. Welcome to the ample love of my bosom, and I'm gonna give him a hug.
Can I
Okay.
can I
Yeah,
use
but-
my halo of spores to counteract to counteract and heal what he's going through?
Yeah, give me. We'll say just a wisdom check on this one.
Oh, please be smart. Please be smart.
Also, out of curiosity, on a 16 insight, do I believe Tom or not when he tells me he's Fazak?
Go ahead and make your deception check, Tom.
Just out of curiosity.
Ah,
That note, I bite into Tom's shoulder as he tries to hug me.
Oh my gosh! Go ahead and make an attack.
Please miss. Sorry, Tom.
Sunevi, it's okay. You're just tripping on shrooms.
It's only a 13. That's a miss. You'll be
Okay.
fine.
you know it.
For my wisdom check, I got a 22.
Oh, nice.
Which was a natural 20
Natural
plus 2.
20. So, you...
Sunevi, you're just tripping. It's gonna be okay. Gonna be okay.
and the spores, basically, weirdly, like
I
it
added
shouldn't
more
be
mushroom and you
possible.
calmed down.
Almost like
Bos-
suck out the
Bosik
toxins.
commands you to calm down.
So, Sunevi, go ahead and give me another wisdom save with advantage this time, since your friends are trying to help you break out of this.
Oh, wait, finally. 18.
Alright.
Okay.
You begin to realize that you're just tripping balls.
Like Ryland speaks to me, and you just sort of just see Sunevi's eyes just, his pupils widen like as similar to like a cat, and he just crumbles over in a lethargic state.
I hand him something nice to drink, like a nice calming drink, and I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna look for glucose.
Still behind the cauldron.
You're still hiding.
So you're hidden, right?
Traumatized.
Sunevi, here, drink this. It'll help and make you feel better.
What do I gotta roll to find? Like perception?
Yeah, it would just be perception.
I mean,
Oh.
at this point, I would be coming out.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm gay.
you're hiding, and I'm finding you.
I want to go home.
Well, that's where we were headed. So
I'm using my sword to point it straight at Glucose's neck.
Ah,
So, speak quickly. What did you give my friend?
Well, I thought I gave him the mushrooms for making gelatinous, but I actually gave him my secret stash.
All right. Well, if you value your life, maybe don't do that ever again.
It was a mistake. I'm elderly, you see.
Yes, the elderly are prone to death, so don't do that again.
Okay.
next time we'll let him eat you.
All right, fine. I'll take this fault.
Speaking of him, like, Sunevi's
You're second
Sunevi's sort
of the trip.
Sunevi's sort of just shaking on the ground by this point.
Yeah, like I said, hey, Ryland's giving you a nice drink and wrapping you in a blanket, and just sort of like it's going to be okay. You just what you're doing is coming down now, and like she's got that nice calm voice and being like, "This is what happens. This is not y- we're just going to go through it. It's going to be okay. Just kind of breathe. A lot of people like to touch things when they're coming down to make sure real is real, and that's okay."
Aw. Rylan
He's,
has experience
he's,
with
he's,
bringing people off of
he's,
mushrooms.
he's also
Apparently, this
like,
is not her first time seeing somebody come down off a
oh.
bad trip. Um,
And at the mention of feeling thing, he sort of just, face palms your face.
blub, blub. Mm.
Mm, trying his best.
Sneevy, go ahead and give me a con save, this time with advantage, since, again, you're being helped.
That's a 9.
You just pass out on Ryland's lap, just like... ugh.
All right, everybody go back to sleep. I'm taking over the rest of this rest, and I'm keeping extra eyes on Glucose so he doesn't feed anybody or feed anything to anybody.
I mope in place.
Yeah, yeah.
So I keep the blanket over Sinevi and like pet him to make sure he's okay, and sort of like rest my back up against a tree. So I'm sleeping in a sort of sitting position for now. Well,
Oh, look at this. Part of development.
aw.
And, unfortunately, Sneevy, just because of how bad the trip was, you'll wake up with a point of exhaustion.
Fantastic.
And then Tom takes the last watch, right? And then Glucose, are you going to bed?
He might not have a choice.
I think. Don't I think I have to keep watch because we didn't do the watch.
Um,
Like, we didn't look out
I'm
ahead or
taking it
anything.
over.
Oh.
It's not optional.
Okay.
Close your
Then I'll-
eyes.
All right, I'll go to sleep then.
okay, and out of curiosity, how much rest does Tom need for a
He-
long rest?
Tom is at full health and only used 2 slots. So if I don't recover him, I will not cry about it.
Okay, got it.
Speaking of, I'm assuming Sunniva doesn't get any spell slots back.
For these purposes, I'll say you get your slots back because you technically are falling asleep, but just with a point of exhaustion.
Sweet. I'll take it.
Alright, and then Tom, we'll say as long as you guys rest earlier the following evening, you'll be okay.
No worries.
Just due to the-
I'm extra vigilant more on the internals of the campsite than the externals, but I am happy to do what I have to do. I'm also going to take out all of the cookies or mozzarellas or whatever else I was given by Glucose and throwing it into the fire.
Okay.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
I was a bad now. Almost.
So, go ahead and give me your perception check for your watch. Seeing your friend have a bad trip and the fact that you're just staring like daggers at Glucose, you're not paying attention much to what's going on around you. But
Yeah.
during your watch, that's when dawn begins to break, and with how much tree cover there is, and how much mist and fog are within the swamp, you only see some sunlight come through, which helps because the rest of your party can keep sleeping even as the sun rises. But can you roll me, as everyone begins to wake up, Actually, I'll have Glucose roll this. Can you roll me a d3?
Sure.
What's a D3?
I'm typing with one hand.
Okay,
Don't ask what I'm doing with the other. Holding a
so
phone.
this determines which party member this comes through to. But Tom, you hear a familiar voice in your head as the sun begins to rise and your party begins to wake up. And it's actually the Archmage of Crestborn.
Mommy? Is that you?
So, you just
She
hear...
immediately regrets the decision.
I'm pretty sure the rule is she has to send the message first. But anyway, she just says, Tom, just checking in on your mission. Things aren't great here. The dynasty accuses us of abducting the king. He's disappeared. And his son on the throne. Stay away for now.
Okay. Dearest Archmage, stop. We will not return until we have acquired obsidian ring. Stop. I hope Mel is safe. Stop. And something dirty. Feel free to contact me anytime. Stop. Over.
Okay. And you don't hear anything back after that point.
Hey guys, good news and bad news. Good news, we're still doing what we're supposed to do. Bad news is the king is missing. They're blaming Mariah Academy, or Crestborn, or whoever, and they put their son on the throne. So, like, I guess there's more bad news than good news, but
Did
you know,
Crestborn do
we're
it?
still. I didn't ask. I kind of assumed that since we already had Mel, we didn't actually need their king. But I did not ask. Also, I don't think it would be the Archmage that would like abduct a king.
Okay, that's fair. Well, the mages might abduct the king if they had a plot. You know, mages kind of like to have plots like that. But if the
Nah,
mages
not
didn't
not
have,
not.
but if it's more likely that the son had a plot to get rid of the king so he could be on the throne.
That was kind of my assumption based on the tone. Again, we kind of have we being Crestborn kind of has Mel in the academy safe and sound. You know, you don't need how much royal you need in one place.
Real quick, out of curiosity, like, how out of it would Sunniva be when he wakes up? Following that trip?
Your head is pounding.
Just making sure, because in that case, I'm pretty sure I'm not picking up any of this.
We're supposed to get the ring, but things are bad back home. So let's let's move with some purpose. A little huffing it won't kill us.
What's a king?
Your
Chief?
boss's boss.
What?
The chief, the soft skinned chief,
Oh,
he went missing.
where did he go?
They don't know.
Missing. If
Missing.
we knew,
That's
it
why
wouldn't
he's
be missing.
missing.
That's such a
um,
genuine request. Where did he go?
Why don't they know?
also, Glucose and Ryland. Give me history checks.
History check. Okay.
Out of character, I'm curious what this means for my role as people's representative.
11.
Okay. So, you're not from the dynasty, but you have been there before. And from hearing about the royal family and everything, you would know that the oldest son is kind of a suck up and also kind of a dumbass. So if he's in charge of the country, that's probably not a good thing.
Oh no.
Is he the kind that would actually do in daddy so that he could be in charge?
Say on
Or
is he
11,
not
you're not
bright
sure.
enough? Okay. But if he's a suck up and a dumbass, he probably isn't smart enough. So it would probably be the advisors.
I love how that's how I give world lore. So this person's a suck up and a dumbass.
It makes sense.
And when Glucose gets back, we'll see if he rolls any higher to glean additional information. But
It's just like real life politics. They're all suck-ups and idiots, but somehow they're still in charge.
Why do we keep putting the idiots in charge? Honestly.
Because smart people are too smart to go into politics. They know it's all it's a straight up.
It's all lies and money. It's because it's all about the money. Let's face it. It's all
Yeah,
about the
that's
money.
the funny thing is, Sinevi's a
Got money.
politician now.
I was about to say, I'm curious what this is going to mean for my role as people's representative. Maybe I should be back in Mariah and actually take care of that. Mariah, Chrisborn. Change of plan, guys. We're going back to Chrisborn. I need to take care of this.
No.
No, we need to get the. We
no.
promised we need to get the black
It's the
ring
obsidian
first.
ring. Yeah, obsidian
I can't
ring.
say that
and
right now.
It's okay. You had a long night too, and she specifically told us, "Don't go back. The heat is too hot."
But does that apply to me?
Yes.
Well, we need you to talk to help us talk to the lizard persons.
I am Fossick. You will not go back to Crestboard until we have obtained the obsidian ring of the lock.
Please do not impersonate Farsak. I will eat you.
I am.
You tried to take a bite out of him last
Uh,
night.
I swear to God, I will eat you if you keep this up.
You.
I don't know if you remember how he tasted.
Cannot comprehend the messages of the gods.
That's amazing. So,
I mean, you could tell. You could ask me if I'm lying, but you'd have disadvantage because you're exhausted.
I feel like you're gonna take advantage of his exhaustion.
I get that.
Every
feeling too.
chance he gets.
Not disobey, Fossick.
And if you want to just knock him out, I'll cast Spare the Dying so he doesn't die, and we can drag him along in an unconscious state.
Holy shit.
Have to catch me first.
Don't you think that would be just a little bit extreme?
No.
Okay.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
I had your back.
But last
man.
night you thought that the cauldron was walking, so perhaps your judgment might be just a tiny bit impaired.
It was walking. It was possessed by a demon. I was trying to protect us all. You
Yes,
cannot.
yes, it
You can.
was. Um,
You cannot convince me otherwise. Why am I?
Oh,
Why am I in your lab?
I think we could convince you.
Why am I in your lab?
because you were tripping balls and you were coming down from your trip and it was you passed out when you got comfy
Oh,
and you were a little too heavy for me to move.
I see. So does this mean we are engaged now?
No,
I'm not.
no,
I'm just making sure.
completely platonic, completely platonic.
Just make sure. I'm not quite sure how this whole courtship thing works for softskins.
And I promise I did not take advantage of you while you were unconscious.
I'll choose to trust you for my own good.
That's amazing. So, Sunevi, if you were not exhausted from the night before, you would know that you're pretty dang close to the Misty Lake, but given how close you are to your home, you might know anyway. Who would like to be in charge of the last part of this journey? It's a very short portion.
Probably not me.
I nominate Ryland.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Push me.
So give me a
Go ahead.
survival check with advantage since you have help.
Don't know if you can count me as help currently, but okay.
Okay, 21. That's very nice. So,
I am a druid, so I do kind of know animals and plants and things. So
As we're picking up the campsite, I'm like taking every opportunity to like shoulder shove a little bit on Glucose.
do
Like
you
I want
push
him
him
to
in the mud?
have
You push him in the mud, don't you?
just a bit. Yeah, I want him to have the
Aw.
sad droopy eyes for like the rest of the morning. Like, oh,
That's
and
so
he just has to
mean.
take it. I'm bullying him a little bit.
Yeah.
I love, of course, I love the fact that Sunniva was trying to attack him, and yet he's getting all the blame. Like I'm just off scot free.
I
I don't
know.
I don't. Fossick does not do victim blaming. Fossick is a generous god. Loyal patrons of Fossick shall be spared, but those that try to corrupt patrons of Fossick shall be under contempt.
I think gods am I happy that Sunniva probably knows better than this, even
So,
in this exhausted state.
on a, 21, eventually, and there's not really, like, a path or anything, leading to this location, which makes it trickier, but you're a druid. And, also with it being Sunevi's home as well, you're able to kind of, use your ears and stick to the direction you were given the day before. And eventually, you do see a lake a little bit in the distance where the swamp kind of clears out a little bit. And it's surrounded by some trees, but it's a little bit more dry per se. But let's go ahead and open this document as you approach Sunevi's home.
Woot.
Ooh, I'm excited. I've never been here before.
Yes, you have.
As in me as a player.
I was gonna say you were the one who sent me the document.
Oh. Okay, so yes, I might have been here before.
Yes, so
You've never been here before. I thought this is where you grew up. Please don't. Do we need to take another day while you come down? Because like, we don't want you to meet like Daddy while you're like lit out of your mind.
Oh, that won't be an issue. He's dead.
Oh, okay, right. That's what you said. We don't want you to like come across your chief while you're blitzed out of your mind. because that might look really bad on us.
We don't have a chief.
Okay, 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 good, good.
So, you're not high per se, you're just a little. What's the word? Not hungover, but. We'll go with
Bit
post.
foggy.
Yeah,
Feeling the
foggy.
fumes.
Yeah, post baked. We'll take it.
Coming down.
So,
Tough.
Coming back down to earth.
and as we go into this area, first I want to give Mads the credit on this because this location is super cool. But
Thank you.
you see a village along the banks of a large lake within the swamp. And it's still relatively early, so you do see some like mist gathering and kind of dispersing as the day begins to get warmer. But you see a smaller dock area that's right up against the water of the lake. And then also there's like a larger portion of this village that's inland on drier ground. And it's actually fairly busy. There are a few fishermen, and you see some raft-like boats out on the lake. But you also see some simple wooden huts on the shore, and a few tents located closer to the edge of town. And you guys, as you approach this, besides for Sunevi, look super out of place. Because everyone you see here are lizard folk, a part of this tribe. Sunevi, would you be the first one to go in since you're from here, or what would you guys do to kind of help yourselves blend in a little bit better?
I mean, unless anyone's going to stop me, I assume Sunevi's going to take the lead.
I think that was a good idea. So yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to look suspicious or anything, but yeah, I might have my cloak up a little bit and like be a little more like into my cloak.
Yeah, I'm tucking in my trying to look entourage-y formal.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's.
Fellow tribe members, I bring you new slaves. Oh, out of character.
I was like, we could go for it.
No.
That's amazing. So a
Couldn't
couple things. First, before we go too much further, we want to retcon one thing. Glucose, can you give me a history
back.
check? Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Nerd.
So I won't say
He apparently loves the royal family. He knows all about it.
I won't say why you know this, but you know essentially the same information as Rylan, that the son of the king is a huge suck up and also a little bit of a dumbass. And the fact that he's in charge is right now with the king missing is probably not a good thing for the dynasty. You would get the sense on a 23. You're not exactly sure if he would have done something to the king and accused the Alliance on purpose. You're honestly a pretty smart individual, and you don't know if the king's son is smart enough to do that.
Okay. Could that I speak up?
You may speak.
Just to be sure,
because I wasn't here for a bit. They're saying that the son is betrayed the king, or
That was one of the
or
theories that the party had. The news that Tom got from the Archmage through a sending spell the morning you guys woke up said that there's some tension between the Dynasty and Crestborn right now because the Dynasty is actually accusing Crestborn of abducting the king. And there's like various accusations and negotiations going on right now.
I haven't heard too much about this fellow, but I don't think he did it.
What makes you so sure?
Well, yeah. How can I say this?
Tell
Once
me.
you reach a certain stage, you could tell by how one would act, predict, if you will, by past actions and upbringings and such. And I don't see it. It's a little dumb.
Oh, so you're trying to say he's an idiot?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say that he probably does not have the capabilities.
So you're trying to say he's an idiot?
To pour out this too long. You're taking my words in the wrong way.
He's
If
the
you
most
don't want
loyal
to hear
cheese
it,
in the batch.
Okay, I will know when I will bow my head down, and I will do such since I am your guest, and I will just take back what I will say.
What's the difference between being an idiot and being incapable?
Well, you can be
Say,
incapable but be smart, or you can just be completely incompetent. I think he's
yeah,
the latter, completely incompetent. He doesn't grasp anything and he's not capable of learning how to do it.
Ah, so he is an idiot. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
One other thing I'll give you too on the 23 actually. Yeah, he is known for trying to follow exactly in his father's footsteps and not ever wavering from that. Which is maybe not a good thing, because as you all know, he's trying to collect these relics.
Yes, Sunevi, who do we talk to about relics? We can ponder about idiot kings after.
That's the thing. If we just barge on in asking her for relics, he's probably not going to play out so well. So let's just test the waters, see how the mood is, and I will personally speak to some choice individuals
By all means.
and see what they have to say, and just try and convince everybody here that you fellows can be trusted. You're not here to cause any issues. In fact, you're here to try and help as much as softskins can help.
So, the lizard folk that you pass by do give weird glances to the rest of the party. Quite a few of them nod to you, Sunevi, in recognition. They obviously know who you are. Everyone except Sunevi. Can you give me just a persuasion check with how you conduct yourself?
Well done, Tom.
Here. Nice.
I told you I could behave.
You practically look like a lizard folk.
I feel like, dragon scale, lizard folk. There's some. My dad is dragonborn.
Nat 20 for the barbarian. Nice.
Very nice indeed.
And then
Sunivia approves.
we just need one from our gnome wizard friend.
I'm good at keeping my head down and looking inconspicuous.
You guys are nailing it. Nice. So,
This is very out of character.
yeah, without issue. You guys begin kind
Now,
of
if
weaving
it
your
was
way
stealth,
through
it
the
would have
village.
been the other way around.
It totally would have. We would totally be out of. But hey, we're following your lead, and we can follow the leader.
So, where would you take them first, Sunevi?
Hmm. Well, since we just walking into town, probably to like the I'll probably check if like the council is available, just to let them know we have visitors.
Yeah, for certain. So, you approach and you know exactly where Priya's hut is that she lives in, and at one time, um, just a few short months ago, you did as well. But Priya is there, and you get the sense that the lizard folk are a little bit more scattered and busy than usual. But you spot Priya, who is a lot shorter than you. And the rest of the party, you walk up behind Sinevi as essentially Priya opens her door, and she's very. She doesn't show a lot of emotion on her face, but you can tell she's delighted to see you. She's a short lizard folk with a skin color similar to that of a clover, and her throat, chest, and her tail be a little lighter than that. And then the short spines supporting the frills have a dark emerald green to them, and her frills are a vibrant teal and turquoise color. And she also has 3 rows of rounded scutes running down her back. But she also carries a wooden staff and is leaning on it just a little bit. And she gives you a hug, which is kind of funny to watch because everyone from Sunevi's village is just like a little tense right now. But she just says, Sunevi, what are you doing back here? Did you gather the information we asked?
Well, I'm afraid not. There's been some complications. Namely that apparently this whole thing took place many years ago. So have sort of been on a wild goose chase since then.
Well, come in. I'll get some tea together.
That would be very nice. I've got quite the headache for some reason.
And she smells you. Did you take drugs last night?
I don't know. Did I? And I looked back towards the party.
He ate something that didn't agree with him last night.
It was my fault.
Mm-hmm. And she... It's funny because as short as she is, she has to lean down to look into your eyes, Glucose. And her eyes are very yellow and just kind of the slit for a pupil, like with snakes. What did you do to my adopted son?
I gave him the wrong mushroom.
Come in. I have just the thing. And
Excellent.
you can see she motions for you to sit, and they're just some little furs per se on the ground, not really like a actual couch by any means or anything, but and then there's like a small table about at ground height, so you kind of have to kneel down to sit by it. And she's at another little station that she has with her medicines and herbs, and she's just smashing some things together. And she works at a rapid pace, giving the impression that she's been doing this for a very long time. And she gives all of you kind of like a mossy tea that is interesting to some of you, especially those from maybe the Alliance or more of a city type landscape, but it's and you might see a little critters in there. And she kind of eats one of the flies and puts it on her tongue and just goes, just right. Sunevi,
It's good to be home.
here's yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
It's
so much.
kind of like a muddy, sludgy liquid. And if you've ever been ill with Priya before, you're used to it, but it kind of goes down, almost like you're chewing on dirt and gets stuck in your teeth a little bit. But it begins to warm you on the inside, and you feel a lot less clouded, and your point of exhaustion goes away.
Sweet. And I'm genuinely curious, like, who else in the party is going to partake?
If she's presenting me a cup, I won't be rude and I will definitely drink it.
Perfect.
I'm gonna down it.
Nice.
That's good. Some good folks who know their manners.
And it's basically like drinking mud. If you drink the one that Sunevi had, which is kind of like, but you try not to show it on your face too much.
Normally, I prefer my moss tea just a little bit weaker, but this is quite delightful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm sure you'll find that my traveling companions might need a bit of well, acclimatization to these new surroundings, but they're quick learners.
I see that. And how did you meet these folks exactly?
Oh, well, when I finally made it to Sundance and started my search for these saints, I stumbled upon these fellows within what's the term? A local gathering place. And we sort of just got wrapped up in some unpleasant business.
What business exactly?
Politics.
Well, I believe the first thing we did was go and clean out some old catacombs of the undead.
Well, that's delightful.
No, not my favorite pastime activity, but it had to be done. And yeah, the rest of it is a long story, to put it simple.
How much do you...
I'll tell.
Go ahead.
I was just what I wasn't really gonna say anything. So what we're gonna ask?
We'll do this so you don't have to recount the entire campaign to
Yeah,
her.
probably
How
a
much
good
would you
idea.
reveal to Priya?
Well, since this is Priya and I trust her completely, I will probably reveal basically everything.
Okay, perfect.
Ac- Yeah, basically just everything, except for the fact that Ryland has mood swings, to put it nicely.
Nice.
I'll probably leave that part out
Okay.
for now.
So, Priya
Thank you.
listens intently and begins the pace just kind of as you're explaining everything about the relics and about Crestborn and you becoming a politician. And she cringes a little bit at that, but somewhere you sense there's a little bit of pride. And she just says, well, it seems like our current fates might be connected. How much do you know about the cult that's overtaking the swamp?
Called. I don't think I'm familiar with this. Did something happen while I was gone?
Well, when you left, it wasn't right afterwards. There were a couple weeks where things were fine. Actually, I would dare to say even almost a month. But eventually, members of the village started leaving, and we weren't sure why at first. After some investigation, we realized that there was a dragonborn. I think some of them called him Romrin. That was commanding respect from the lizard folk, and they began to view him as a powerful being, given some of their respect for dragons. And they left and began to follow him.
Oh, so they abandoned the tribe to go worship some outsider.
Yes.
That's worrisome.
And we had some contact with the new leader, in Chamnora. And apparently Romarin used to lead the village until he came in contact with some nasty artifact, which it seems you have some experience with as well.
Oh. Well, I guess that would explain it. Say, I suppose you would happen to know if any of the other tribes have also joined forces with him, or if it's just from around here. Just, trying to determine how big of a threat this is going to be, and how much time we have.
Luckily, the amount he's gathered is relatively small as far as we know. We haven't had much contact with the other tribes since, though. Just trying to keep our perimeters safe, per se.
Gosh. Oh. I'll just look at my companions and say, well, I think we found the artifact we're looking for. Well, at least we know it's here.
I sent a group of scouts out. I'm not sure when they'll return. We could see if they have any knowledge if you're interested, or if you are interested in going to check this out?
Well, what do you say, guys? Should we wait for the scouts to return, or should we try and strike out ourselves?
How long have the scouts been gone?
About a day. I'm hoping they'll return this evening, if all went well.
If all went well, if all didn't go well, how long would we expect to wait?
Well, I suppose if we don't find the answers, we could...
I mean, we wouldn't want to rush out after them and find that everything's okay, but we don't want to wait too long. And, so do we give them 2 days, or, you know what I'm trying to say?
Save the scouts. We go now.
We could
Save
always
the
head out in the
scouts go
morning.
now? Okay,
Unless
fair
you
enough.
would prefer to go earlier.
I mean, I think it would do everybody well to become a little more accustomed to the new surroundings before we start striking out into the wilderness.
Of course.
Sure. I know you want to
Right.
be home and catch Mummy up on everything.
Yeah, is it that obvious?
Just a little bit. It's okay.
So he sort of like goes the back of his head and just looks away awkwardly.
I mean, I have no idea. It's just sometimes you want to be home and, get settled in first.
I'm aware, but I do have obligations to respawn as
Exactly.
well.
Well, we'll get back there as soon as we can, but we need to get this first.
I suppose that'll be fine.
She's just taking in all of your conversations. So, are all of you from Crestbourne, you say?
I normally don't hang out too much in the city.
Yeah, I'm from a little village.
Where at? Is it around here?
No, it's fairly far.
And what about you, with the wings?
Recently discovered my dad.
Oh, congratulations.
So maybe just face bombs.
Yeah.
Oh no, not this.
He told me to he told him at at Port Belleville, so I'm gonna be scooting off there when we have all of the city thing. But yeah, Warren is home. And thanks again for your
Well, it's a pleasure to have all of you here, and I'm glad to see that Sunivi has made such great acquaintances.
Even she knows friends is too strong a word.
I unfortunately have to dip.
Hey, you're all good.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys
We
later.
promise we won't let Sunivi eat you while you're gone.
We'll fill you in, if it does.
Try and stop me. See what
Wait, hold on.
happens.
the freaking the other
Maybe
guy
just
keeps on
one
boring
bite.
us. All right, bye bye.
See you.
See you next week.
Okay, so at this point, Priya
You
just
see a
says,
scurry off.
"Yeah, I have to go." Just a little gnome running through the streets. um, but Priya just says, "I should probably inform the council of your arrival. What do you say we meet with them in an hour's time? That will also provide more time for the scouts to return if they do. Before you all meet with the council, Sinivi, would you mind um, leading your friends through a purification ritual? They're just a little, you know."
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
We'll have. You'll be pleased to know that the short one and Ryland, they have actually already been through one such ritual.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, they're very accepting actually. I'm pleased.
Oh, that's great to hear. And just make sure to lead him through one as well. I sense a lot of something. Gesturing towards Tom.
Do I notice the gestures?
Make an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
You have no idea she's pointing towards you.
You probably think she's talking about me and my other, my thing.
Of course.
I like Priya.
And
She's awesome.
Priya gives a little bow to all of you and heads off in the direction of the other lizard folk.
Do we smell bad or something? Is that it?
Oh no, don't worry about it. It's nothing to do with like a bodily odor. It's a spiritual
Oh,
thing.
okay. Oh, okay. Is my spirit that bad?
Well,
Well,
I don't think so much it's bad that just it hasn't really been cleansed in a long time, and over time filth builds up, and you just gotta clean every now and then.
well, okay. That
Uh,
makes sense.
I like my filth.
Well, you're gonna have to part with it for the time being.
We'll just put it in
I'll
we'll pile it up in a corner, and you can jump in it later after we leave. Okay?
I'll put it in my bag of holding, and then I'll dump it all over myself when it's
When we leave. Perfect.
I mean, I suppose I do have spirit vessels, so I could store it if you really want me to, but
I just need it to be known. I like it dirty.
Face
yeah,
palm.
yes, but in this town we sort of like to at least keep the spirit clean, you know?
They like their
Where
mud. They like their spirits clean and the mud on their feet.
I disguise kit as uh let's see.
Oh, you're cutting out just a little bit.
Darn. I was just saying. What is your like, Sinevi?
What is my what?
You're dead. You said here disguise myself as him.
I mean, unless you want to give Sunevi a very traumatic experience, I would recommend not doing that.
I'm
All right,
pretty
like
sure
an uncle then.
Sanivi said that his papa was passed away, so I don't think that's a
Exactly.
good idea to come in as a dead father
Not
figure.
like just for details, not just passed away. More like brutally mauled and brutalized in front of Sunny when he was a child. But that's not a matter
Is that
entirely.
right? You got
That's
Batman?
not
I
a
didn't
matter.
know that.
Oh no, nothing like that. Like Sunny, he's perfectly fine. Got prayer.
Okay, let's do that cleansing ritual. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that won't
Look,
go well for me.
it'll do you fine. Powers that the spirits that be, they don't concern themselves with what you are. They just concern themselves with like who you want to be.
I want to be uncleansed.
Nope, can't do that. Let's go.
I know a lot of tieflings that have been cleansed. You'll be fine.
Like
I am choosing to decline.
you can't. You have to. Direct order from
I
prayer.
will. All right. Let's see. How do we slip away from this? We're gonna cast silent
Look.
image.
Look, Tom, I can assure you I won't be using holy water. Not on you, at least.
Yeah. And now silent
Um,
image Tom is walking around with you.
Sunnivi, make a.
That's a 2, so I guess I believe him, apparently.
You totally believe it. You don't catch on to the fact that Tom's gone really quiet.
Well, I also have I think I have minor illusion to give me the or I could just talk myself and just say it's coming from the silent image.
Wouldn't you have to use
Um,
ventriloquism for that? Is it a perception or investigation for that?
like,
What's your
Like
spell
it's like
save
insight.
DC, Tom?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. 14.
Go ahead and roll, Sunnivi.
Yeah, it's usually investigation, maybe insight.
We'll give you
I'll
insight.
I'll go for insight in that case. Oh, 24.
Oh,
Ryland, it's Tom.
I didn't notice. I did not notice that Tom's had suddenly gone quiet. I totally believed that he had suddenly gone quiet in acceptance of this.
Yeah. Sunnivi, you see right through this bullshit. Especially after Priya cured you.
Priya gave me a direct order, so help me God, you're gonna cleanse, so I'm gonna straight up drown you in the river instead.
I still have a casting of shield. So come at me, exhausted bro. Oh no, you drank the tea.
Indeed. Oh yeah. You can either
So
let
you can go. You can cleanse the silent image, and then you're still keeping your word. But I'm gonna stay dry. I'm backing away slowly.
I'm either gonna cleanse you, or I'm going to forcefully drown you in the river.
Well,
Sure you can
the
hold your,
elemental almost did that.
I'm sure you can hold your breath for at least 5 minutes.
I'm sure I could.
Maybe even 10 if I'm in a really good mood. You can't do that, right?
I honestly don't remember. I have a pretty good constitution. I could probably make it. But
7.
that being said, no.
Solid.
For the, at least join us on the real bank.
Sure. Lead the way.
Because the thought of you being on your own in my hometown is oddly concerning.
So,
No offense.
I assume you lead them towards the lake.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep saying river, my bad.
You're all good. And, you see, like, a couple lizard folk walking around, and they're giving you a pretty wide walking path. Just nodding to Sunnivi and just kind of giving side glances at the rest. But, some of them actually will have, like, little frogs on their shoulder, like, as pets. And you also see, like, a couple, young hatchlings, trying to like take a raft out into the water. And you walk up to the bank of the lake.
Well, here we are, the Misty Lake. I should let you guys know that it is a great honor to be allowed to cleanse yourself in this river. So please don't do anything too upsetting. Please.
I'm trying very hard.
Yeah, glucose, no rocks.
Yes, glucose, no rocks.
I can assure you there are no water elementals in this lake. At least not on this side of the.
And you just hear Glucose say, I was just trying to get some knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I can't impersonate his character, damn it.
Nobody can.
Glucose is one of a kind.
That is so true.
He's the best. So go ahead and describe the ritual that you lead Rylan through and attempt to lead Tom through.
Well, before you lot step into the river, let's do some preliminary cleansing. So I'll sort of like fetch just any kind of water container from nearby and fill it from the river and go ahead and cast some purify food and drink on it. It's a ritual,
Nice.
probably. Yep, as a ritual to save some spell slots.
Yeah, that'll work. Cool.
Something also, which also doubles to make sure that this water isn't contaminated, so you can drink it safely. You're welcome.
Sanivi made up the last ritual. Is he making this one up as he goes too?
Mostly. like out of character, I have none of this written down. I'm just going with whatever flows.
Okay.
Water flows.
Exactly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, go ahead and drink this for starters.
I will eat the food.
There's no food, that's just water.
I will drink the water that you have presented and purified.
I will say, even though I've purified it, probably still tastes like lake water, so yeah.
I have prestidigitation to make it taste delicious.
Excellent.
It's like a
That's true.
raspberry bubbly water.
You know, it's a freshwater lake, so like it's probably not gonna be too bad. Just that sort of earthy taste you get from natural
It's
water
earthy
sources.
with a little bit of a hint of a fish back taste. Fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good.
I usually only drink beer and coffee, so water is a little foreign, but not that bad.
And now that everybody has partaken in the first part of the cleansing, I'll go ahead and fetch some more water, and this time just go ahead and cast purify food and drink to speed things up, and go ahead and pour some of it over both of your heads.
I fly back 30 feet. Bonus action dash.
Sunivi just sighs.
He's not going to christen you. I promise. It's okay.
I can barely hear you. I'm still moving.
And some of the hatchlings on the raft are pointing up at Tom. He has wings.
That's weird.
One of them pulls out like a sling and attempts to hit you from the sky.
Sure.
Oh dear.
Take your best shot.
It's a child, so I'm
Like-
just gonna roll a straight d20.
I could probably stop this, but I just
19!
He's very good with his sling.
That is amazing!
Do I want to cast shield for a
Come
sling
on,
from
let
a
the
child?
let the child have this.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let him hit me.
Aw.
Your mother was a bat.
So you'll take 2
Possibly.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Sunil will see this. Niels will just like look out towards the hatchlings with them approving nod and just go, "Well, very well done, little one. You'll make a fine hunter indeed." Now, are you actually gonna come back here, Tom, or are you gonna continue to be difficult?
I did, I guess, half of the ritual, so I am half cleansed.
I would like to lean into Rylan and just whisper in here. Push him into the river later, will you?
Absolutely.
Thank you. But in that case, I suppose I'll just continue with Rylan alone, because Tom is not having it.
Okay.
He is not.
Can each of you give me either a religion check or just a check with your wisdom modifier?
Okay. I'm gonna go with just wisdom because my religion doesn't have any bonuses, but my wisdom does.
Nice.
I wish I got the 22.
Actually, if she's gonna do that, I'll go ahead and cast guidance on her,
Nice.
if I'm allowed.
Go for it.
That's an extra D4, right?
Yes, as part of the ritual, of course.
Of course.
16.
So that's a 16.
Very nice. And then, Sunimi, we'll give you advantage 1 because you're leading the ritual, and 2 because this is
Sweet.
your like.
So, which one will that be? Religion, I suppose.
Probably. I'm not sure which one's higher for you.
What were the options?
Wisdom or religion?
Wisdom or religion?
I'm gonna take wisdom because apparently I have +0 to religion.
Me too!
Says the cleric.
Oh!
Yes,
This
again.
happened last time.
Yeah, again. Fast fucking hates me. What have I
Roll
done?
No,
it
I
again, roll it
don't.
again.
It
I
starts
did.
the.
It's a 1 and a 2.
Oh my gosh.
Rylan, you
Aw.
just feel like a nice, gentle breeze. And you're at peace. Just, conducting this ritual in the lake. And Sudevi, even though it's your deity, the storm
You get a
cloud
little
reappears
storm cloud above her head.
What have I
right
done?
above your head and starts thundering a little bit.
I try my best to ignore it as Rylan is sort of just like floating in the water as I'm, quote unquote, as I'm just, repeatedly casting purified food and drinking just pouring cleansed water over him.
Poor Sudevi,
Hoping
he
that-
can't catch a break.
Hoping that eventually Fazak will be pleased with my efforts.
It's because of the mushrooms.
Maybe don't bother your friends so much, says Fossick.
Shut up.
So, you complete the ritual to some extent and just have that little storm cloud hovering above you. And Priya actually makes her way out and sees this and just says, "You have displeased Fossick."
I
Why?
know, this happened last time too. Don't know.
I feel great. I think he did a wonderful job.
Yes, there's
This happened last time too.
a glow of warmth around you.
I know what it is. You're taking all of my bad energy and you're not releasing it. You're just keeping it. You need to release all of my bad energy or just give it back because I don't want you to have my bad energy.
Sunuzor just raises his eyebrow and looks towards Priya for like, is she right?
She just kind of winces and says, "Well, the council is ready."
Don't change the subject. Is she right?
Maybe a... I don't like these questions, Sunivi. You're going to be just fine. And she kind of pats your face with her, like, long lizard folk claws.
That's fine. I'll take that. Good enough for me.
So, they have essentially just within one of the huts, just a couple mats and places to sit, and you see. Oh, let me make sure I get this number right. A little bit of an altar, and then also there are 3 council members there, kneeling on each mat, and then Priya, leaning on her staff, takes her place, and they all bow towards you. And just to describe them a little bit, and you would recognize 2 of them besides Priya, Sunivi. You recognize Throck, which is a rather grumpy male, elderly lizard folk with gray scales and essentially white accents to the scoots. And then OG, I almost said orgy, is a female lizard folk who is just a little bit more young than Priya. And Imaginer versus Gaming in the chat just said lizard orgy. That is amazing. So, basically, and there's one other younger member as well, which is actually someone you don't recognize. You see Vutsu, who is a rather young council member and also has a bigger built frame. You get the sense that he's probably one of the warriors of the tribe, promoted to a council member. But they greet you, and Throck, the grumpy elder, just says, "Is this the outsiders you spoke of? Some of them are rather short."
Yes, that. I'm aware. I was surprised as well to find that. Apparently, not all Toskins are the same. Some of them are shorter than others. Yes, this is them.
I want to make sure I'm like the last to come in.
Make a cell check.
Yeah, I am Slinky. Nice.
Easily enough, yeah. You stick towards the back and try to not be noticed. And, Throck continues. Priya has suggested that we have you and your compatriots investigate Romran and his cult. Sunivi, do you think these outsiders can handle it? They are softskins, after all.
Yes, aware, but they have proven themselves to be capable companions so far. They might lack in natural prowess, they do seem to make up for in, well, cleverness and ingenuity, if not dumb luck.
He looks towards you somewhat just with a questioning gaze. And Priya says, if you're uncertain about their abilities, I can accompany them. It's been a while since I've traversed the swamp.
So Navy visibly perks up at this.
And then, she looks towards you and just says, would you mind too much if I accompanied you on this part of your journey?
Oh, not at all. Of course not.
Okay.
Right, guys?
Hold on. This is Sunevi's adopted mother, kind of.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I want to insight check her desire to come with.
I swear to God, if you try to lay with my mother, I will kill you.
Never mind.
You
She
have
absolutely doesn't want to go. She thinks that this is a horrible idea.
I was just, you know, adopted mother. I'm looking for
We
my father and mother. There's reasons I would be interested in knowing more about her, but 6, I got a 6. It is what it is.
She is mine. Get your own.
we
Could be both.
we would be delighted to have you, Miss Priya, as long as we wouldn't be taking you away from anything that needs your attention here.
and she nods and says, I think the council has it under control. Well, and she goes to speak, and actually, Tom, you would see this first just because you're the furthest out the door. But coming down the road into this area, into the hut, you see two other lizard folk actually carrying a limp another lizard folk between them. They're each kind of holding up an arm. And based on the arrow protruding from his heart, you get the sense that he's probably dead.
Scouts got attacked.
Oh, goody. All right.
And
Well, he certainly gave up his heart for tomorrow.
they lay him
No love
out in
lost.
front of the council and in front of Priya and just ask, is there anything you can do? And Priya just says, oh, if it's been more than a minute, I'm afraid I can't do much. What happened? And the scouts begin to describe the fact that they investigated where the cult was mainly, I guess you could say, like hanging out within the swamp, and they seem to be getting pretty close on discovering where their lair was. But then some of the patrols that Romarin had out ended up attacking them, and one of them was fallen in the process. But then Priya just says, where was this? Where's the location? And one of the lizard folk just say, it's called, well, they were near Skull Mare. And Priya just kind of puts a head in her hands. Whew. How did they secure that location? Sunevi, give me a history check since you're from around here.
That's sweet +0. That's a 9.
So on the 9, you don't know the specifics, but you recognize the name and just that's an era.
I didn't pay much attention during history class, okay? Not my fault.
Did you pay attention in any class? Your God hates you. Your history is bad.
You have a storm cloud even above your head, just like dripping some rain within the council chambers.
No wonder your mother wants to go with you.
She needs to go with you to protect you because you can't recognize your mushrooms to eat.
I just quietly grumble in the corner.
Then Priya says, that means they have the Lord of the Swamp at bay.
That doesn't sound good.
And she just kind of paces back and forth, thinking. That means they've either killed the beast or have subdued it in some way.
Oh, the Lord of the Swamp was a beast.
I mean, of course, what do you think it would be?
I don't know, like a giant frog or a lizard or something.
Isn't that a beast?
It certainly is a monstrosity. It's serpent-like in nature and has multiple heads.
What's his name again?
The Lord of the Swamp. And I think it's recent enough. You guys would remember the Bard tune from the Fossick Pockets in Chamnora. Kind of covering the Lord of the Swamp.
Oh, yeah, the ones traumatizing the kids.
Indeed.
Lovely fellows.
It all comes full circle of the land.
No, I believe I ran in this Circle of the Sports Druid, not Circle of the Land.
Right. But you were Circle of the Land way back when.
Yes, that's true.
So it comes full circle, whatever. They can't all be 100% good.
It was pretty good.
All right, so let's go kill some things and save Roomrand or kill Roomrand. I don't care.
Omelette. Oh, we're here, look. If we can
So we're off to
accomplish
kill
this,
an evil cult.
Yeah, same old, same old.
if we can accomplish this without having to shed blood unnecessary, that would be highly appreciated.
All right.
I'm following your
no,
lead, but they killed your
no
scout over here.
no killing unnecessary. Got it.
Yep. And as this, I'm also gonna like lean into my companions and just go. I already know he probably has one of those artifacts, so this might all be just one big misunderstanding. Maybe he's being controlled like Tom was.
Whoa, scratch that. There was a paladin in a tomb raising undead. That guy was controlled. I resisted it for days, and then one time I was distracted by the beauty that is Archmage Justera, and I didn't even kill anybody, so I don't know why this keeps coming up.
But I deny that you were controlled. I didn't say anything else.
Yeah. Unnecessarily defensive Tom.
It's at this point, Priya says, I think if we're going to do this, we should make some preparations. I think I might have some things. I will return. And she heads back in the direction of her hut. And the rest of the council says, well, that's that. Now to bury the dead.
Indeed. Should I get the things ready for a burial ceremony?
Yes, I think that would be wise. And they give a slight bow. And I wanted to ask Sinivi, how does your tribe go about burying their dead?
Do you?
No, we do not cannibalize the corpses of our fellows. That's
You just eat humans.
highly frowned upon.
Throw it in the lake.
No, the way it goes about is that after the body has been properly tended to and cleaned and cleansed, it's burned, and the ashes spread over the lands of their former home. It's to do with the whole making sure that the physical form is destroyed so that the spirit may be freed from its physical bonds.
Perfect. So,
So yeah.
yeah, and for brevity's sake, you help with the ceremony and burying the scout. And you notice as you're helping with the burial that your storm cloud moves from your own head to one of the wooden huts